Today, I wanted to show an example when punctuation is literally a matter of life and death, and by adding a tiny little punctuation mark, somebody can extend someone else's life by many years. So let's dive in. Even though it's commonly known that punctuation marks have not really been used in China until the beginning of the 20th century, there were actually quite a number of punctuation marks before that, and we can see these in manuscripts and earlier prints. And I've already done a video about these, and if you're interested, you can watch that video. And one of the most common marks among these was the reversal mark, which could have different shapes depending on the period when it was used. During the Tang and Song period, it was most commonly written as a little check mark, kind of like a Nike swoosh. And here we can see an example in manuscript Paleo-Chinois 3351, which is dated to 974, so the later part of the 10th century. And on the back of this manuscript there are various notes, and in one of these notes we can see that this check mark is applied between two characters, which are Jing and Qing. And that means that these two characters should be read in reverse order. So instead of Jing Qing, they should be read as Qing Jing. Qing Jing Fa Shen, pure Dharma body, which of course makes much more sense than Jing Qing Fa Shen. And this seems to have been applied by the person writing the text. So he wrote this, and then immediately in the same ink, the same kind of pen, he added this reversal mark because he realized that he had made a mistake. Now there is one amusing story about this reversal mark in the Taiping Guangji, this collection of Tang Dynasty tales. And there we read about a little dog who wanted to repay her mistress's kindness to her while she was alive. And when the lady who was her original owner dies, she's told in another world that she could actually live for another 12 years because somebody made a plea on her behalf. And when she meets the dog herself, who is by now a beautiful woman, the dog tells her that she only managed to extend her life by 12 years. But she went ahead and secretly changed the number 12 in the document to 20. And we're not told how this was done, but it is quite obvious that in Chinese the number 12 is written as 10 and 2. And if you put this little reversal mark between them, then it becomes 2, 10, that is 20. So this was a tiny intervention, but in this case it meant that this lady who had treated her dog very kindly during her life, now because of that had her life extended first by 12 years and then actually by 20. So she got to live 20 years. Compared to what had been granted to her by the judges of the other world, she could actually live an additional 8 years. And so this is an example how important punctuation can be. It can add years to somebody's life. Hope this was interesting. Thank you for watching and see you next time.